Love Horoscope for April 2023. For the sphere of love relationships, April is generally favorable. The month is named after the goddess of spring, fertility, love and beauty, Venus. The energy potential of this period contributes to the improvement of relationships, interesting meetings and acquaintances. Boni Horoscope is with you. Daily and unique predictions. We begin. The most favorable are the first and second decades of April. This is a time of bright events and positive changes. Until April 20th is a great time for marriage and registration of unions, the beginning of living together with a partner. From April 20th to May 5th, an eclipse corridor that coincides with the period of retrograde Mercury, April 21st to May 15th. This combination activates karmic connections, i.e. complex, unfinished relationships, and also make you return thoughts and feelings to the past. It's a good time to get rid of toxic connections and everything that prevents you from being happy. The third decade of April can bring a strong emotional connection with a person from a past life. However, karmic relationships will not lead to a happy family life. These relationships are exclusively for experience and working off the sins of past incarnations. At this time, there will be a real chance to restore contacts with former partners and loved ones. Conscious, spiritually developed couples will be able to transform relationships if they are honest with themselves and with a person dear to them. You can find more about astrology on the YouTube channel of astrologer Marina Sokolova. Aries. Let go of the one who wants to leave you, get rid of unpromising connections. Be generous and let go with a light heart. Very soon a new phase in the sphere of relationships will come. There will be new acquaintances, aspirations, opportunities. Why burden them with past bindings? In the third decade of April, there is a high risk of making mistakes in partnerships, so during this period, keep communication and any contacts to a minimum, especially with members of the opposite sex. Taurus. Favorable month for personal life, harmonization of family relations, renewal of old ties. In the first 2 decades of April, you will feel free and full of optimism. Attention from the opposite sex will increase. There may be a meeting with an important person, including a person from the past. You can feel some slowdown in the third decade of April, but serious troubles in the field of relationships should not happen. Twins. Pay attention to past relationships, love relationships that did not end well. You have a chance to untie the karmic knots and enter a completely new and better stage in the field of personal relationships. You may experience anxiety. It may seem that you are losing something very important. Everything falls apart and collapses. How responsibly you approach partnerships, including long-standing ones, your life and love sphere will positively change in May 2023. Cancer. The first half of April can bring a meeting with a person that will radically change your life. Most likely, by the inspiration that has gripped you, you will immediately understand that this is your future. The wave of the future is coming this month, even though the second half of April will be emotionally challenging. Most likely, at the end of April, you will need to make a serious choice. Try to make sure that your decision takes into account the new things that begin to manifest themselves in your life in the first and second decade of the month. A lion. The person who makes a strong impression on you and captures your imagination in April is unlikely to be useful to you in the future. You should not open your heart to a new acquaintance or romantic partner. You may soon suffer from this. There will be temptations and temptations. Your task is to resist them and look at things soberly. Take care of long-standing ties, marriage relationships. Make every effort to harmonize the psychological climate in the family. Virgo. Planetary influences will help you cope with the surging indecision and have a serious talk with your loved one about the future and prospects for relationships. And this must be done before April 20th in order to discuss all controversial issues even before the crisis period. which will begin in the third decade of April and end in mid-May. If your partner and family peace are dear to you, strengthen the foundation of well-being as soon as possible. It is also time to pay attention to children and child planning. Scales. Contradictory month. Everything will be here: romance and parting, passion and drama, new interesting acquaintances and a partner from the past that has suddenly arisen. Perhaps you finally decide on what you have long dreamed of, for example, go to visit a loved one who is far away, or a potential partner with whom a correspondence began on a dating site. In any case, you will get an interesting experience, new impressions, and it doesn't matter at all whether this spiritual impulse will continue. Scorpio. This month you will especially clearly feel that your life is slowing down and some stage of it is coming to an end. However, do not give in to despondency and fatigue. Your strength is now in partnership. The slightest initiative on your part will surely get a response from the person you are interested in. Relax, best of all, in the bosom of nature, accumulate strength, bring romance into your life. If a former partner is constantly present in your thoughts, take a step forward, and with a greater degree of probability, relationships can be resumed. This month it is important to put everything in its place in the field of relationships. No need to strive to look beyond the horizon, live for today, take care of those who are nearby. It would be nice to apologize to those who were voluntarily or involuntarily offended. The right time to move from words to deeds, from theory to practice, and do something real for the sake of high ideals and love. In the third decade of April, an all-consuming romantic passion is possible, which, however, is unlikely to be durable. Capricorn. April can be somewhat ambiguous, because, on the one hand, an important long period is ending in your life, and it is likely that you have to part with many people you are used to and even have tender feelings for. But on the other hand, you are full of ideas and optimism. You want to do something immediately, to accelerate the development of relations. However, do not rush things. Move all important decisions related to your personal life to the second half of May 2023. Aquarius. An interesting period for single Aquarius and those who have recently broken up with a partner. Use your reserve of optimism to joyfully, with a light heart, give your ex what you owe him, and leave in the past what you will not take into the future. Only after that, a new passionate love will burst into your life, a romantic hobby, which will eventually develop into a deep feeling. Family representatives of this sign should pay attention to the family. Be generous with other people, spend as much time as possible with family and friends. Fish. Do not refuse new promising offers, but be attentive to the people who appear in your life. Among them, there may be those that will cause trouble with a spouse or long-term partner, relations with which have long been established and even become boring somewhere. It is likely that some of your ideals are now in a state of crisis, but at the moment it is important not to give in to emotions, but to objectively take stock. Think about what else you can do to save a marriage or other important relationship for you. For the sphere of love relationships, April is generally favorable. The month is named after the goddess of spring, fertility, love and beauty, Venus. The energy potential of this period contributes to the improvement of relationships, interesting meetings and acquaintances. That's all we have. Subscribe and don't miss our daily and unique releases from Bonnie Horoscope. See you soon.